Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Kelsey. I'm Kelsey Yogi here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, helping you get on your hands, practicing your yoga. So today we are back on the wall for more handstand wall workouts. I really think it's an amazing tool, a prop that we all have to help you getting stronger, getting on your hands, not only so that you can build strength, but so that you can really build that awareness, so that you can really perfect that line, stay there longer, stronger, capture that handstand. So let's just get to it. We have several exercises ahead of us, about 7 or 8. We're gonna do 1 minute each. Now, if you are not ready for that and you can only do about 20 or 30 seconds, don't feel like this video is not for you, that you can't do it. Do your 20 or 30 seconds, that's perfect. You'll get a little bit more of a rest than everybody else, which is probably what you need, and jump in for the next one. Do what you can. That's not a failure, that's how you're gonna build strength. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. The first one that we're going to do are just these little wall jumps. So I'll demonstrate and then we'll get started. I like to have a yoga mat. You don't have to, but since my floor is cement, I need a little bit of padding. So if you have one, maybe grab it, clear your wall, have lots of space. I'm gonna get my hands down, feeling nice and stable, and I'm just gonna hop both feet up, lower them down slowly. So we got a minute of that. Get yourself in a position. You're facing away from the wall. You need about 2 feet. And my 1 minute is set. Let's go. Push out of those shoulders. My gaze is right down between my thumbs. And remember, if you've heard me say this in any of my other videos, sorry, but it's so important. When you're jumping, jump with the balls of the toes. We're not flat footing it, because that hurts, but just nice and quiet, balls of the toes, like you were jumping rope. Keep that push, rounding through the upper back, low belly pulling in. If that was it for you, no worries. You can keep going. Let's do it. 15 seconds. Last one. There's our timer. Woo. Always making sure that you shake out the wrists. Anytime that your wrist throughout this workout or any workout starts to talk to you, please, please, please listen. Those wrists, they're intolerant. So always listen if they are needing of a break. All right, the next one that we're going to do are these wall crunches. So again, facing away. I'm gonna demonstrate and then we'll get started. Hands down. You don't have to have your feet up very high. I'm gonna get into this little crouch position, as you can see. And I'm just gonna hop the legs in and out of a crunch, or crouch, I should say. All right, so hopefully you've caught your breath. Get yourself centered and ready. Do what you can. We got a minute on the timer. Let's do it. All right, here we go, and start. So just little in and out. Not only are these crouch positions nice because they keep the core engaged, which is really helpful in a handstand because then you're not as likely to banana back. But it also helps us get that nice alignment where our hips go nice and high, shoulders, wrists, elbows stack in a nice straight line. Now you can go behind you towards the wall or down between your thumbs, over halfway, guys. You're doing great. Keep it quiet, little hops. 15 seconds, you got it. This is helping us to not only feel more confident on our hands, but building lots of strength to be able to stay here. All right, there's the timer. Come on down. Whew. Take a breather. Make sure that you're not getting dizzy when you stand back up. If so, inhale as you rise. Exhale nice and slowly, all of it out. And always remember to drink your water. If you're not drinking enough water, your blood pressure is not going to be high enough. You're going to get really dizzy. Okay, and I think I include this next exercise in almost every handstand video that I do because I think it's so important. It gets those lats fired up and strong. delts warmed up and moving, their shrugs. So if it's too hard for you doing it facing the wall, so this will be facing the wall, but you can also kick up and face away from the wall. Whenever your belly's to the wall, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but like I mentioned earlier, it's gonna take that banana back out. You're really gonna have to engage the core, find that straight line, but really either way is perfect. So we got the minute going, well, about to go. Go ahead and come into whatever handstand position you want, facing or away, and we will shrug for a minute. All right, now let me walk my mat in a little closer on this one because I'm gonna have my hands pretty close to the wall. And you probably wanna have your hands pretty close to the wall too, because you don't wanna be way out here doing your shrugs. All right, so let's walk it in. Here's the timer, let's go. Oh geez. So make sure that your core is engaged, back is super strong. Even my legs are really, really active here, pointing through the toes, legs squeezed towards each other. As you can see, the arms are staying straight. I'm just shrugging through the shoulders. Keep that breath smooth and steady. You got this. Over halfway. Should have wore socks, so I got a little bit more of a slide. Next time I'll do better. 10 seconds. You can do it. Last one. All right, nice and easy. I'm gonna walk out, find a little bit more space, calm down. So always make sure that you can come down in a really safe way. You don't want to cartwheel into your plant, fall over, hurt yourself. Give yourself lots of room. That always helps you just feel mentally a little bit more safe in your space. That way you know you're not gonna fall on anything. All right, the next thing that we have, sorry, I'm checking out my list here. Let's go ahead and do some wall circles. These are not easy. You really need to have your hips super open. So if you want to pause this video, hang out in a little yogi malasana, yogi squat, some pigeons. We got to have the hips open for this. And this is also really nice to have socks because you want the feet to slide. But if you want to just go for it with me, let's just go for it and get the work done. So we're going to be making these great big internal circles with our legs one at a time. I'm going to pull this out just a smidge. The hands are pretty close to the wall, but not as close as they were for the shrugs. I will demonstrate, and then we'll get started. So I'm gonna walk my feet up. You have to face the wall for this exercise. Now that I find my position, I'm gonna start with my right leg, swim it around as big as I can, back up. And then the left leg, swim it around, back up. All right, so like I said, socks may be helpful. It's up to you if you wanna grab them. All right, let's get that minute going. I give myself about 5 seconds to get up. So here's the extra time, and let's go ahead and let's just do this thing. So remember, we're making internal circles. So they're coming in towards the opposite leg. More than anything though, we're getting used to staying on our hands and pushing out of the shoulders, even when we have to focus on something else, which happens a lot in handstand. There's all these little corrections that have to get made. And so we need the shoulders to be strong and stable, no matter what. We have to make a little correction here and there. We need to count on those shoulders, those hands, those wrists, fingers, to be doing their job the whole time. Now, like I said, this is a lot on the hips. So if this is too hard for you, come back to it after you've spent some time in some hip opening positions. I know, crazy stuff. We can do hard things. Last one. All right, walk the hands out, a little jump down. Woo! How are you doing? You need a little counter pressure on the wrists. Feel free to take it. This is the backs of my hands. Palms are facing towards me. Stretching it out a little bit. Maybe grab a drink of water. You've already spent, what is that, our third or our fourth exercise? So 3-4 minutes on your hands already. You can tell I've been upside down because I can't remember where I'm at. All right, so for the next thing, okay, these ones are a little bit tougher, but I think having that individual side strength is so important when we're doing our inversions. So maybe a little bit easier if we kick up and face away from the wall. And we're just going to lift one hand at a time and touch the shoulders, or you can touch opposite shoulder, or if you really want to lift the arm all the way up, if you're super advanced, do what you got to do. But let's work on staying super strong through the core, through the back, the glutes. And if you can only just come up onto the fingertips, that's perfect too. Alrighty, so that was me talking for a minute. Sorry. So when we kick up, get nice and strong. Maybe the legs separate just a little bit to help you balance. Shift the weight, tap. Shift the weight, tap. All right, so if that's really hard for you, legs open really wide is gonna help. All right, so let's do it. Here we go. Got my timer ready. Let's go ahead and kick up. If it gets to be too much, take a break. Let's start tapping. Make sure that you are really staying strong through your center. Make sure that you push out of the heel of the hand, the base of the thumb, and the index finger. This doesn't have to be fast. What would be more important is that it's controlled and smart. Halfway. If you're done there, take it easy on those wrists. 20 more seconds. You can see I'm slowing down. That's okay because we want to work smart. Last 7. And last one. There we go. Whew, that one was tough. Good work. Shake it out for sure after that one. Those wrists need a little bit of loving. Grab the back side of the hand, really stretch it out. Curl those fingers in towards the palm of the hand, give it a stretch. You want to feel it all the way up through the forearm, back side of the wrist. And if they're really chirping at you, call it a day. Be smart with your practice. You don't want to lose all the ground that you've made. If you're feeling good, we got a couple more, we're almost there. Please take time to do the second side. Stretch it out. And let's shake. Shake them, give it a good 20-30 seconds of just shaking out the hands. Helps reduce the inflammation. Also helps to bring circulation to these joints that we're putting so much pressure on. So care for them. It's rough. It's rough in the beginning. If you're new to handstanding, this is a lot. This is for somebody that's already have a bit of a handstand practice, but they're working on building that endurance and that strength. So just do what you can, but honor your body. All right, so for the next one, we're gonna do wrist taps. So kind of like what we did with touching the shoulders, but now we're gonna tap the wrists with our legs. So you gotta have a nice, good open hamstring for this one. I'm gonna move my mat farther out because I need at least this much room. All right, so you can step out from the wall, one leg's length. All right, I will demonstrate and then we'll get started. Hands down at your leg's length. Walk the feet up, find an L-ish shape. And then one leg at a time, bring it in, tap the wrist. Now you can bend the wall leg in order to be able to shift forward and tap. All right, let's do it. I'll get my timer going. We've got 1 minute. Here we go. I always put a couple extra seconds on my timer because I know it takes a good 5 seconds to get into these positions. These are great because if you ever hope to press in your handstand or press to lower in your handstand, a reversal, this will help you a ton. Flex that foot Keep pushing out of those shoulders. More than halfway. Let me adjust a little bit. 20 more seconds. Nice work, guys. I know this isn't easy. Last 10. 5. One more on each side. Okay. Whew. Hey, that's nice counter pressure on the wrist too. So take a breather. Maybe grab a drink of water if you need it. Go back to shaking out those wrists. Give yourself that counter pressure. Let's see what we have left. Okay, we got those plank runs. So a bit of core work, a little cardio. Let me think, what else have we done? Okay, two more. So let's go ahead, and the next one we're gonna do our plank runs. It can be a handstand shape or plank shape, but we're gonna get that cardio going. And the last one, ooh, well, get those hamstrings open. All right, so let's go ahead and come into a position either like a plank or a very loose handstand, and we're just gonna pump the knees in and run. All right, go ahead and get ready. If you are ready, I got 1 minute set, and here we go. Hands down, feet up, keep pushing. And as you push, you'll notice pumping these knees in and out, there's a moment, woo, right there, where you get a little bit of air time. So you're not 100% relying on the wall to hold your weight. Here, it is all about that upper body, those shoulders. We're getting the core involved with these knee pumps. You're finding that air time, what it's like to hold your handstand. Guys, you're doing so good. Halfway. It's not about speed. It's about that endurance and strength. Keep your breath moving. You got this. In order to get the things you want, you're gonna have to change something, do something. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is you on your way to holding that handstand. 10 more. 5 seconds. Almost done. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Slow your breathing, slow your mind. You guys are doing great. I know these are really, really hard. So again, do not beat yourself up. If you're not hitting that whole minute, that's okay. If I was still just beginning my journey, I wouldn't be either. It takes time, it's a process, you gotta keep showing up. And I've been doing handstands for a while, and you can see I'm still out of breath, so hopefully that makes you feel a little better, like, crap, this is hard. It really is, it really is. So for this last one, you gotta have really open hamstrings. We're basically gonna be taking a straddle, like a pancake shape, on the wall. So if you need to pause it, stretch out those hamstrings. I feel you. Go ahead and do that right now. And when you're ready, come back, because we're just gonna hold a static hold, that straddle shape, that pancake shape. I'll show you real quick. So the way I get into this, hands up, I gotta walk them in a little bit, and I start to find this straddle shape. And once I do, I push my butt into the wall, and I hold. So, not easy. Do the best you can. If you're like, Kelsey, that is so not gonna happen, maybe go back to that crouch position like we did at the very beginning and just hold that, or kick up and hold a basic straight leg handstand and just really think about your form pushing out of the shoulders, core pulling in, back is tight, butt squeezing, legs are reaching up towards the ceiling. Do what you can to have the best form. But we've done a lot of those in my other videos, so I'm trying to mix it up and give you something new to work on. So if you can, let's go to that pancake shape, that straddle shape. All right, I got my 1 minute ready to go. Get into your position wherever that is, and let's do it. So I start with my legs up. I start to straddle them, walk the hands in a little bit, let the butt come to the wall, and let's hold. Keep pushing. Engage the legs. Even though they're resting on the wall, I am pointing my toes. I am really activating my legs by pressing them into the wall. Push, push, push out of the shoulders. Feel the back muscles really working here. Oh shoot, I can't feel it here. See my timer. So we're gonna just have to trust that this hard posture, it isn't gonna last. It isn't gonna go on forever. It's just a feeling, it's just a sensation. As long as you know you're not getting injured, let's just be with it. See what happens when you settle in to the discomfort. Breathe through it. Strong shoulders, strong back, stronger mind. We can do it. Oh, there we go. Let the legs kind of come down. And there you are. Oh, so how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lucky number 7. Handstand drills, holds on the wall. That's 7 minutes on your hands. You are well on your way to holding that 1 minute handstand. Such a good job today, guys. Even if you were only there for 20 or 30 seconds, remember that is not a failure. That is you on your way to your goals. Really applaud yourself. Be proud of the work that you did. Make sure that you guys check out my other accounts, TikTok, Instagram. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, what you want to see more of. I really want to give you guys the content that you're wanting. Make sure that you drink your water. That was a lot of work. Stretch out those wrists. Have an amazing day. Like, subscribe. That's it, guys. Namaste.